Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go ahead and be creating this look with my new palette that I just got. It was the Maddie Ziegler, the Imagination palette, and I don't know why my lighting, there you go, why my lighting is so off today, but yeah. It's the Maddie Ziegler the Imagination palette by Morphe. I'm so excited to use this. Like I stated, I did go ahead and create this makeup look or this eyeshadow look with this palette. So if you'd like to go ahead and stick around and see what colors I used and how I created this look, go ahead and keep watching. I did go ahead and do my eyebrows, and I also am trying out this new, well, it's not new, but it's new to me. It's the eye primer by Anastasia. I got like a little sample size because I wanted to see what the eyeshadows would look like with a primer underneath. And again, here's the palette. It's so pretty. It's the Maddie Ziegler palette. It's the Imagination palette, and it's by Morphe. So she did go ahead and collab with Morphe. If you don't know who Maddie Ziegler is, she's super young. She's like she was from Dance Moms. That's where I know her from. Like, me and my mom were always obsessed with watching Dance Moms, and I feel like she was like the best dancer. To go ahead and insert a picture here of what my inspo is. It might not look exactly like hers, but I just wanted to do this really orangey moment. It's like a lighter orangey and then like some glitter in the inner corner. So we'll see how that works. All of her looks on her campaign were super simple. It looked like it wasn't like a bunch of colors. I think the most dramatic color was like the one that she did for her cover, and it was like a blue and pink moment. But I wanted to go ahead and do one of the looks that she did that actually made me buy this palette. It was like the orangey look with a pop of glitter. So we'll see if I can recreate that. So I am going to go ahead and use for the whole lid Butterfly Fantasy, a shade lighter than my eyelid color, but we're going to go ahead and gradually build it up. All right, and I'm only lightly dusting it just to give me an even base color. So that eyeshadow isn't meant to do literally anything. It's just serves the purpose of like a blank canvas to go ahead and be able to blend everything out. So next we're going to go ahead and dip into Maddie Girl, which is a second peachy color right next to that pinky color that I used. We're basically only putting Maddie Girl like in the crease to go ahead and give that crease a little bit more definition. And I'm going with the same brush, the same fluffy brush. And when I do my crease, I do look down a little bit just so I can really dig into that crease. Add a little bit more to this side. There's always one eye that always gives me a harder time to like make it exactly the same as the other one. So it's always this eye. That's why I do them at the same time, so I don't have to go back and like retrace my steps. Kenny, right here. And it's just like a burnt orange moment, but I feel like on the skin, on her skin, because she's light complected, it looked like a highlighter orange moment. So, and we are just going to, oh, it is like a pastel-y moment. Huh, that's so odd. We're going to work that into the crease. And I'm just lightly building it in. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with like a more precise brush just to be able to go in into that crease a little bit deeper. So I'm using like this brush, and this is a It brush by It Cosmetics. I really like this brush. It was like a 3 brush bundle, and they're dual sided, so it's like you're getting 6 brushes. And I think I bought it last year. Okay, and we're just working into that crease. This eyeshadow is gonna be like one of those eyeshadows that doesn't make sense until the very end. I will say I usually don't dip into colors, but I was feeling pretty inspired, and I bought this palette with the sole purpose of like trying colors out. I usually stay to my neutrals, but what the hey, let's try something different. So now that I have the pigment that I want on my eyes, like exactly how I want it, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the edges. And how I'm going to go and do that is I'm going to dip into that light pinky color that is hardly noticeable on your skin tone, the Maddie Girl. It's that one right there. And I'm just going to get my fluffy brush that I was previously using, and I'm going to just buff out these outer edges right here. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. And then it looked like they put like a fleshy tone on her, so it'll look like her eyelid instead of really opaque white that it looks like right now. I think the glitter that she used on her palette is going to be Godfather. It's like this orangey reflecting moment. She just added it right there, and I usually don't add any glitter there. Wow, I'm not a fan of like neon colors, but this color looks really, really nice. I'm really happy with this. I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward into my regular schmegular makeup, face makeup that I usually do, and then I'll come right back and show y'all the final look, okay? Okay guys, so this is the final look, the final eyeshadow look using the Maddie Ziegler The Imagination palette, and I do have to say I am blown away by this eyeshadow. Like, I love how vibrant the oranges. I thought because I was wearing orange that the orange was just gonna be too much, but honestly this is amazing. Like, I love this palette. This is going to become one of my favorite palettes. It was only $25. I usually don't use Morphe palettes. The one Morphe palette that I do have, I hardly use it just because it's not the best. Well, actually I have 3 Morphe palettes, and they're not my go-tos. They're not like, oh, I love this palette or anything like that. They're just like very basic neutral palettes, which is the Jaclyn Hill palette volume 1, and also the James Charles palette. I'm like, eh. And then I do have like a fall-y Morphe palette. I may do some videos about it. It's just they do have too much fallout. They missed the mark for me, but this palette right here, this is a must-have in your collection, whether you're just getting into makeup or you are playing with colors. Like, this is just a palette that I'm going to reach for because it has my neutrals, but it also has a pop of colors right here. So I'm very excited. Like, I was not expecting to like the palette as much as I like it. But yeah, if you go to Ulta, go ahead and snag this palette. It's 25 bucks. It's not the most affordable palette, but it's also not the most expensive palette. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm having like really bad allergies. She said that palette is really good. It's going to be one of my go-tos. The glitter is just to die for. And I have not had a glitter that doesn't create like this whole mess under my eye. So I was pleasantly surprised with this makeup palette, with this eyeshadow palette. But yeah, I just paired it just because we're using Morphe. I do love Morphe lippies. I did go ahead and get this one in Confess, and I got this one for my birthday actually, and it's like my perfect nude. And yeah. So I'm in love with this like folly lip with this brighter eye. So yeah, this is my final look. If you do have any suggestions on the next items I should use, go ahead and put your suggestions down in the comment sections. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe. I'd really love to have you and add you onto my little family. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. Bye.